everybody. Collier Swecker in Birmingham, Alabama. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. Wanted to share with everybody a little bit about the importance that appraisals are having on selling your home in the Birmingham market as of late summer 2011. It has drastically changed. At least 2 out of 10 deals that we're dealing with right now are having appraisal issues in terms of either having to reduce the price or deals falling apart, and I think that number may rise. The problem is that I think the banks are putting a lot of pressure, and I think the economic conditions are putting a lot of pressure on these appraisers to be very conservative. I'm not saying they're wrong necessarily, but they're very conservative. And sellers, if they're going to enter the daunting task of selling their house, they gotta price it right, and they can't rely on things that they have in the past. Like, definitely in Jefferson County, you can't rely on your tax appraisal, property tax appraisal. They're meaningless, and the media does a poor job when they actually quote those as quote-unquote statistics about where home prices are going. So don't use that property tax appraisal as an indication of what the marketing price on your house will be. Now, on the flip side, to some degree, we are getting more for some of our listings, a good number of them, than they appraise for on a number every month. A small number every month. I'd say it falls in line with about 1 to 2 out of 10, and and that's the big thing. People always ask us, well, if somebody's willing to pay that for my house, why is the intrinsic value that a appraiser is giving the house going to be less, or maybe by $10,000? And the short and sweet answer is that they look at things purely on a number standpoint. Emotion doesn't have any effect on the price that an appraiser is putting on the property, at least a good one. And so, if you're selling your home, you need to get a pre-listing appraisal in this market, just to give you guidance. And quite frankly, I think it's a lot of peace of mind that it'll give you, so that you know what you're dealing with. Because, if it doesn't appraise you, you will not sell. Possibly. They may go down. A lot of buyers, though, just walk on you because they're a little nervous, and maybe rightfully so. The other thing, as it relates to these, appraisals, is that a lot of these banks are using out-of-state appraisers or out-of-area appraisers as well that don't have a good knowledge of the market, and that's kind of concerning as well. And I think that's going to have to come from the government. As you've heard me say before, I hate government involvement in anything, but we gotta say, hey, there's got to be some standards that say these folks have to have a good local knowledge of the market if they want this market to recover, because we got to have as much accurate data as is possible, and accurate data related to the appraisals, because it'll end up hurting everybody in the long run. But anyway, just want to kind of give you an update on appraisals and their effect that they're having on this market. If you have questions, comments, you disagree with anything I had to say, email me. Collier at megaagentrealestate.com. Have an awesome day.